Hello everyone, I'm Emily Powers and I'm going to be painting a sailboat silhouette with acrylic paint, and I'm going to do it step by step so that you can paint with me if you'd like. And the supplies I'm using are in the description. There are also links to some of the supplies in the description, and a percentage of your purchase helps support my channel. So I'm just going to go ahead and start real quick. So I'm going to get my watercolor pencil. I'm going to get a red watercolor pencil and a ruler and mark where I want the horizon line to be. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to just kind of do it in the middle, I think. So trying to get it straight. Alright, it's close enough, I guess. So I will take a this is a number 6 Filbert. It's Princeton Summit. So Filbert is a rounded tip. And I'm going to take a spray bottle with water and spray my paint, and then also spray the canvas some so my paint will stay wet longer and the paint will go on to the canvas better. Spray it a few more times. Alright. So I'm going to start where the sun is. So I'm going to get titanium white for that part. And I'm going to do it right in the middle. And try not to hit that pencil because it'll turn the paint red a little. And then after I do a little circle, I'm going to get some of my cadmium yellow medium and do some yellow around that. And a little bit more, go around. We're going to try to make this an easier painting so beginners can do it. If you're just starting to paint, then try to make it to where it won't be so hard. Alright, and then I'm going to get a little bit of Cadmium Red Medium. So kind of just turn it a little orange. And this is just the first layer, so we're going to have to go back and do this over again. But get more of that red. Okay, now I'm going to start going. I'm going to start going to the side some. Alright, I'll get more of that red. And we'll go out. You don't want to put the red too close to those yellows. If you go too close, you might try to go even closer to blend them, and then eventually you might end up getting into your white. So you don't want that for sure. And if you do something like that, you can go back and try to fix it. So with acrylic you can go back and change things, but it's easier if you avoid that at the beginning. So now I'm getting some deep magenta for some pink. I'm going to put that around the edges over here. some up here. And also some Cadmium Red Medium. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe. I post a new video every Friday, so I hope you enjoy this. And alright, so I'm going to get the pink and a little bit of black, Mars black, so it's got some more neutral. It's kind of darker now. And if you are a beginner and you want it to be even easier, you could not do the black, just make it or not do as much black, make it darker, just use the red and the pink, and just don't do the darker areas, just do red and pink for the corners, because if you use black, it might be a little harder to keep it out of these other colors. But hopefully it won't be too hard. So I'm going to get that black now so it's even more black. So now we're getting really dark. I don't even really have those other colors very much. Alright, and then I'm going to put some down here below where we had that pink color. And I don't have like a whole lot of paint, so I can kind of put some down and then just kind of brush it in, and it's not like a glob of paint. So I didn't have a whole lot of paint on my brush when I did that part. If I had too much paint, then I would get way too much black in there. Alright, and then I'm going to do it similar in the water. I'm going to get some titanium white and put that right in here. I'm going side to side and put it right under where we have the sun. And then get a little bit of yellow. And then go around that. And then we're going to get a little bit of cadmium red. And we'll put some of that in it. Alright, I'm going to get Cadmium Red. And I'm going to go in around that. And I'll do more detail on the next layer. Okay, and I'll get some deep magenta and put some pink in it now. So far it's pretty easy. We're just kind of going around and put some color down, and then we'll go to the next color and do that next color around what we just did, and keep doing that. Alright, so now I'm getting the black and doing it at the bottom. I'm going to blend it in. Alright, and then I'm doing some black underneath the horizon line right there. So that's the first layer, and now it seems like our sky is dry. I think we can go and do that again. So I'm going to start again with the white. And get a little bit of yellow. I'm going to go around. Okay, and then I'm just going to get a little bit of the red. A little bit more. And I ran a little bit far, so I'm going to get the yellow and white again and go around. Get the yellow. All right. get more red and okay, so I'm kind of going further into that than I want to, so I'm gonna rinse that and do white and yellow. And then just go around. Alright, so now I'm going to get that red. And go around. Try to kind of blend it in. It seems like it's wanting to dry out kind of fast. Just take the yellow and go back in. And I'm going to get more of my red out since I'm running out. Alright, so I'm going to take that red now and go out on the sides. Alright, so now we got, I think we got that sun done now. So I'm gonna, and you could go back and do more on the sun, do more layers if you want, but I don't want to take too long on it, so. Alright, I'm getting the pink now, the deep magenta, get a little bit of white. Man, I'm running out of my colors so fast that when I need them, I don't have them. Okay, don't want that there. So I'm going to rinse that out of my brush. And get some white. Alright. So do that, and now I'll get the black, wipe most of it out up here first, and then I'll kind of try to blend it out over here. Do a little bit of black. In the red parts. And get some red and kind of try to streak some of the black in. Magenta. Alright, so that's the sky, and then I'll rinse that out and we'll go back. I've got red all over my brush handle here. It's getting all over my hand. Alright, so I'm going to take my white. I'm going to do another layer in the water. You can kind of do the brush on the side and make some horizontal brush strokes. Make it look like water like that. Get some red. Now that we have that other layer underneath, we can do some more detail at this point and alright, and now I'll get my cadmium red. And it's alright if the first layer shows through. Can go over this part. I'll do some darker red over there. Alright, now I'll get my pink. I'll do some on this side. And kind of try to blend it some with some white on the edge there. Get the pink and do Do some lines in the water. And I'll get some white and yellow and do some yellow in here too. And I'll get my black now. And put that down the bottom. Try to blend it some. Alright, I need to rinse that out, and I'm going to do more pink for the black to blend into. To actually get some white and some pink and kind of try to cover up some of that black. Wasn't supposed to be so much black over there. Alright, and then get the black. I'll put some black in the red area. And now I'm going to go back with the red, go over it, and kind of blend it out that way. Okay. And get that white and yellow again and do more yellow, some pink, I'm going to get my red and blend like the yellow in with the red. And then I get the pink again. I'm kind of switching back and forth between colors pretty fast, so Alright, and then one thing we didn't do with the black yet on this layer was put it in here. And now we're going to get that light pink where the black and like the red meet. That yellow and oops. When you get it kind of far in there like that and it's dry underneath, you can take your rag and some water and wipe it off. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do now is let it dry so that I can draw the sailboat in, and then after that I can do any other little things to the water that I want to do. Okay, so I decided not to do the sailboat just yet. I wiped my palette off. I'm going to do another layer on the sky and try to blend it better. So I'm just doing the same thing that I have been doing, starting with the white, then yellow, okay, and I did go into that white a little bit so it's not pure white. A little bit of the red. Right, it's really like not wanting to blend good for me. Alright, so I'm spraying my canvas again. Alright, so I think I was putting too much paint on my brush. So I'm going to try not to have so much on my brush at one time. When I do this part, try to blend it. Okay. All right. Get some magenta now and try to put that in. Alright. It's like, my goodness, it's drying out and I keep running out of paint. This is like double. Okay, so now I'm going to get the pink and try to blend it. It's kind of getting some white from my brush off. I'm going to mix the red and the yellow this time. Haven't been doing that. I'm going to put some like orange. So I'm getting a little bit of white with the pink and putting that in. get the extra paint off that brush and the black now. Go back and blend this area out. Alright, now it's looking a little better, more like I want. And just get some black here and there in the red. Alright, so I think that's better than what we had. Let's rinse that out. So we did 3 layers in the sky. Get a little bit more of that yellow and just cover that up right there. Alright. And then we're going to do our 3rd layer on the water. Alright, now I'm getting a little red. Alright, I'm getting the yellow. Alright, now I'll get the cadmium red, get some brighter red in there. So in certain parts I'm going to use like the whole brush like this way, and then others I'm going to do it on the side like this and do some. Alright, so this is already, I like it better than what we had. I was trying to kind of make it easy, and I was going to go ahead and do it the way we had it, but I'm glad that I did it again another time. Alright. Rinsing that out, get that yellow and blend that in some. Alright, now I'm going to get the pink and go into the black a little bit so that when I do the black it'll have wet paint down to kind of blend with in there. Some red, do some on the edges. Alright, so now I'm getting the black. Now I'm going to do some black in the water. And I want to get that white and do some more yellow. Some red. And some pink. And some black. All right. Rinse that out. I might get a little bit more of the magenta. Try to blend it a little more. Get that yellow. Wrong spot. All right. All right, so I think that's better. I don't like the sun area a whole lot, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get some white. This is dry. And I'm just going to go in. So I put it in the center and now I'm blending it out. edges to blend just a little bit. Alright, so I guess that helps a little bit, helps it to look a little better. All right. All right, that's good. So I'm rinsing that out. So now I'm going to let it dry for being able to do the drawing, but I'm actually not going to need this here. So I'm gonna push that over there, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to draw it. So first I want to do my horizon in the middle like I did on my painting, and this is a 9x12 paper, so it's going to be the same size. Alright, so it's about in there somewhere. Like that. Alright, so I'm going to want my sailboat to be a little, I'm going to say if you mark the middle, like from this point to the edge, the middle, then in between the middle, I'm going to have it the bottom of the sailboat right in there. And then the edge, I'm going to want, if you do the middle and then quarter mark, I'm going to want it a little bit in from that, so not quite to the quarter. So if this is the quarter area, it's going to be over slightly. And then I want the other end, I'm going to have it come a little bit past the middle. Like that maybe. And then I'm going to connect these two, and there's going to be, so now we have this section, so right about the third, yeah, right on the third, I'm going to do the sail, bring it up from there, and I want it to stop a little higher than the quarter mark. So this is the quarter mark. I'll have the higher sail stop like right about there. So I want this piece to come like right here, and then I want from this I'm going to go up. So I'm going to leave a little gap in between that, and then I'm going to do a rope, and I'm going to do a little mark here and do it diagonal, or slanted, I mean. Slanted to there. It's going to come out some. And then from this point to right about here, I want to do it like that. Alright, and then this won't be here. And then I'm gonna do a little something coming out right here, and then it comes here, and there's like a not just a little over from the middle. I'm going to do it so the middle of this thing, I'm going to do it a little over from that, and there's going to be this piece, and then we're going to have a rope that comes out a little, and rope that comes out a little from there. And these two are going to connect. There's going to be a sail. And then do a little point out. And then this is going to connect to that point. And this is going to connect to that point. And you're not going to have that there anymore. Alright, and I'm not going to do all the little details on boat. I think that's as much as I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do something different than I've done in some of my other videos. So you notice the first thing different is that I actually drew it on paper instead of drawing it straight on the canvas with like a watercolor pencil or chalk. So I draw it on the canvas first, and then I take, this is tracing paper, so it's very see-through, like you can see. And I'm going to put it up against the edge of the paper, and then once I have it in place, I'm going to take my pencil again, and I'm going to trace over my line. So I haven't done this a whole lot, only done it like a couple times. Just a few times, but we're going to see. All right. So now we have the drawing on here. All right. So now we have this thin piece of paper with our drawing on it. And now painting, I think, is dry enough. We can transfer it on here. So I'm going to put the paper where I want it. And then I'm going to get another piece of paper. This is, let's see, transfer paper? Yeah, transfer paper. So, it's wax-free. This Cerol transfer paper you can actually wipe off with rag and water, like with the watercolor pencil. And I don't think all transfer papers you can do that. I think some of them, I don't think all of them will wipe off with water, but that one does. So that one has 5 different colors in it. It's got white, yellow, blue, red, and like a gray. So I'm going to use the gray. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to hold it on this side, flip this up, and I'm going to put this under here. So it's got like one side that's lighter and the other side's got the darker color. You want the darker color to be facing down, because that's going to have the actual stuff on it that's going to transfer on. And then, so now I've got my pencil again, but it doesn't have the lid out, so it's just got a point. And I'm going to carefully just go over, my lines and try not to move it from where it is, or else the drawing will be funky. So you gotta keep it in place. And if you don't have this, or you rather do it just with like a watercolor pencil and chalk, then that's fine, that works. Alright, so I need to check and make sure I don't want to move my paper until I know for sure that my drawing is good. Alright, so there we go. There's our drawing. So we can now paint it. So the see-through paper that I traced my drawing off of my sketchbook from is called tracing paper, and then I use transfer paper to transfer that onto the canvas. So now I'm going to get my 1/4 inch Princeton Select Angular shader. Get your brush wet. And now this part's pretty simple. Just take the Mars Black and fill in your drawing. And try to cover over if there's any like other colors that are showing through. the canvas can make little dots, and you can try to cover those up so you don't have dots through your black. You may need to add a little bit more water if your paint isn't coming off your brush very well. And if as you're painting it you see something about your drawing that you don't like if any area is, you want to bring it out some, then you can do that now. You can just kind of adjust it a little. I adjusted the sail a little. Right, so I'm adding water so that it'll come off the brush easier. Alright, that part needs to Alright. Alright, so now I've got it filled in. Now I just want to go back in like any parts you can kind of see through the other colors. I'm going to try to give it an extra layer. Okay, so now we have the sailboat. So now one other thing I want to do is put the reflection in the water of the sailboat. So I'm gonna take the edge of my brush and do some right, there's gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit kind of in here. Okay, I'm going to rinse that out of my brush, and now something in the paint. Okay, so now I want to take that color that's right in this area, not the black, but like the yellowy red. Alright, try to mix it again. Just kind of blend it there. And get some red and do some on that side. Alright. Cover that up. There's something I got on the black. Alright. So I think that's pretty good. Might just want to do a little bit more of this color kind of in here a little bit more. some red over there. And get the black again. And try to Alright, that's good. So, do some in that spot, a little bit. Alright, so there's the sailboat. It wasn't too hard. I would say probably the two harder, some things that make it harder is like this area. I mean, I had a little bit of a hard time, but once you get like that last thing I did when I did the white, that seemed to kind of help it. And then making sure you don't like get too much black might be a little hard. And then, I mean, the drawing, but probably I would say the hardest part for me was getting that sun right. But I don't think it'd be too hard for beginners. Maybe not like if you've never painted, you might not want to do this one yet. But I don't know, it could just be me. Other people might not think it's that hard at all. Alright, so this is my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, and it's white. I'm signing my name down here. Alright, so there's our painting. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll show what we're doing next. Friday is going to be this giraffe. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to see these two being painted, they're already on my channel, so you can hit Emily Powers Art right below the video and it'll take you to my channel. And so I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. Bye.